Welcome to Trip Tits. What? What do you mean? Well, you need better writing. It says Trip Tits on my note card. That's what I wrote down. I want to see titties. Oh, fucking community standards. Whatever. Again. Community standards. All right. Well, trip tips. You need better writing. It's hard to say trip tips. We drive, not fly. That's a big one. Not so much environmental impact, blah, 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 planes use carbon dioxide or something. You get to see a lot more stuff when you drive across the country, especially the United States, it's so big, as opposed to flying. Plus, no one touches your stuff. No one tells you what you can and can't take with you and how many ounces is too many to have. And it's also considerably cheaper, and my cheap ass don't like to waste money. So that's some of the reasons why we drive. Packing. For packing tips, really just follow most of them that you already find online and on YouTube and stuff. It's how to pack to save space. They're pretty good at that. Ones that we tend to like is roll your pants and shirts. That one worked out real good. Have a trash bag just for dirty clothes, so you don't get your clean clothes dirty, and you don't have to go, is this underwear clean or dirty? Have one small bag for on the road, for your like deodorant and combs and pills and all that happy stuff. Just so you don't have to open a big suitcase at every gas station every day to take your vitamins and shit. Food's very expensive on vacation and all that. It's like they know when you go down the interstate, they can charge you whatever you want because there's no place else to buy food. And then you go on vacation someplace nice, they'd be like, we're going to Vegas on this trip. Everything's more expensive there on this trip. And, so bring what you can. That's a big tip, because it's cheaper where you're at because you're used to the prices there. Unless you live in some crazy ass place like New York. And fuck it, buy it on the road, But mainly an electric cooler, they're $150. Let's actually talk about electric coolers for a bit. They are fucking amazing. They are, forget that sliced bread shit, seedless grapes amazing. That's where they're up to. They are really very cool, pun intended. So what it is it can plug into your cigarette lighter in your car, or they have the adapter so you can plug it into the wall, and there's no ice pack, and there's no ice, and it keeps shit cold. Don't get the ones that go hot to cold. They don't work too well. They break. But get the big ass one that you can find that gets just cold, and they work great. And we like it because I can have it fully loaded then with all of our sodas and a couple bottles of water and sandwiches and edibles and other wax and stuff that don't melt. And you can just wheel it right on into the hotel room, and no matter what shitty hotel you're staying in, you always have a mini fridge then. Because you need it plugged in, it works for days. And, people don't realize that edibles and wax melt in your car, man. You gotta keep that shit chilling. Also, buy a case of water to take with you, or soda if you drink soda like I do. It's like on the strip, a bottle of water is $4. That's crazy. I can buy a whole case of water for $3.79 at one of the big box stores. So, when you're at the big box stores, buy a big bag of snacks you like. Like if you like beef jerky or some type of chip or pretzel, buy it in big bags and then divvy it into smaller little Ziploc bags that you can use along the road. You'll save considerable money. You'll have a single serve size baggie with you, so you don't lose any convenience either. It takes just a few minutes to bag them up too. It's not like I don't have time. Dried fruit. I recommend dried fruit. Either it be raisins or dates or prunes or any of that. Besides, it's probably healthy and good for you, and you need to have your fiber and all that, blah, blah, blah. What it really does is when you sit for a long period of time, many hours to days on a long car trip, your intestines and digestive system slow down to a near stop, and you'll get constipated and won't poop right. And eating some fiber, like some prunes or grapes or something like that, helps pass everything through right away, so you can get on vacation, get everything back to normal, and not feel, like you got shit all the time. That's and no peanut butter and jelly. Oh my God, I hate when people put peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on road trips. They turn into mushy sandwiches. Who the fuck wants to eat that? Instead, take my tuna sandwich that you can see on Real Easy Cooking with Robert. Tuna sandwich. It's a basic tuna sandwich on bread, and I'd show you how to make it. But instead of bread, toast it first. Trust me, the toasted bread won't be gross when you eat the sandwich because it'll sit there and absorb some of the moisture, but it won't get soggy, icky. Yeah. Big difference. Big difference. Now, for the actual driving part, the mapping and stuff, use a Garmin. Your phone works. I use my phone. Google tells me where to go. Yeah, that works in an emergency and a pinch. It works real good when you're on foot. But, Garmin, that's all they really do is GPS. They pretty much founded it. Their shit is the best, So if you're dedicated to doing GPS, you're going to do it better than someone who also does GPS, like your phone, which, now that you got your Garmin telling you how to get there and where to go, there's some driving rules that we have. These are pretty simple, like follow the map on the Garmin, not what it says if you have a speaking one, because she doesn't always tell you the directions very well, but the map is always accurate. So follow the map. During daytime, we stop at a quarter tank of gas. In the evening, stop at a half tank. Reason being, the gas stations ain't always open at night, especially once you go out west. Or you're going to find a gas station that, you don't want to stop at that one if you're out east. In daytime, most of these even sketchy ones are better, so you can get there during the day, a quarter tank, and not worry about, but at night, half tank, definitely. And now see, if you're cruising down the interstate, there's one other thing too. What gas station do you get off at? Which exit ramp? We have a rule. We only stop at gas stations on the right side of the road. That's so that we don't get lost getting back on the highway. Yes, we got a Garmin telling you, but it kind of just points one line on my shitty Garmin. So, I got kind of guessed at mean that way or that way, but I know if I always come from the right, I go to the right to get back on, no matter how stoned I am. So that's one of the things. And you must be able to see it from the highway. That prevents when you get off and it says like gas station, 8.9 miles that way off in the bumfuck Egypt. Well, shit, that's 10 miles down the road and 10 miles back. That's 20 minutes. I could have been to the next gas station on Garmin was saying it's just nothing exchange. That's only 5 more miles down the road. So, no, you have to be able to see it from the highway. That way you can tell and you don't get lost in a little town where the cops like to hang out. Another big one, especially when you get east and there's no rest areas, Walmarts. They're usually next to a highway. They're all open 24 hours. The bathroom's up front, in front of the store, so you can walk right in, use the bathroom, walk right out. They're fairly clean. Usually no one harasses you. Or Travel Americas or other truck stops. They have a little hidden gem called showers. Yep. For like less than $20, you can take a shower for a half hour and get cleaned up, because when you're on the road, it really fucking sucks. You get sweaty and like some type of dust on you at the same time, just from even driving in a car with the windows up. So it's nice to take a shower when you get where you're going and feel rejuvenated, or shower halfway through. Brightens your day. All right, with that, puff, puff, fast, no parking on the grass. I'm out of here. actually says.